Hmm. Hello, my name is Karthik Varagade. Today I am explaining the project of TODo List. So here we start. This is the HTML code. Uh, if you hosting this project, TODo List app is given. In that we can add a particular task, and if we can save it, and it shows total task one. And if we want to delete, then click on this checkbox, and we can delete it also. Here, task delete successfully messages appears. We click on OK and it get deleted. So here is a HTML code. Welcome to the HTML presentation. Let's explore the code to-do list app. The first thing you see is the title of the document, which is to do. Uh, we are using Google Fonts to load the Poppins font for our app. External styles are linked from styles CSS to keep our HTML clean and separate from styling. Our app's content is structured within a container div. We also have an input field to add task and a counter for total task. Below the input field, we have an unordered list, and that is UL with the ID list. This is where our task will be displayed. Each task in the list is represented by a list item li. You can see a commented out example of a task in the code. Our JavaScript code located in todo.js manages the functionality to-do list app. Let's proceed and explore the code further to understand how the app works. Here the CSS code. Uh, A star selector with box sizing and font family. This code snippet sets a global style for all elements. It makes sure elements include padding and borders in their total width and applies the Poppins font to all text content on the page. Here we add a hashtag container. This section targets an element with the ID container, which is used to style the main container for your for to-do list. It sets a fixed width of 500 pixels and center it on the page using margin. Uh, we add here UL. Here we target all under unordered list and remove the default list styling, including margins and paddings. Um, List inputs also we have added list labels, list label before, uh, list input checked plus label after, and delete hour and total task also. So let's we move to JS code. This is JavaScript code appears to be for a basic to-do list application. Here we use at start let's task initialize an empty array called task to store the to-do list items. Const task list uh, documents with ID list and stores it in the task list variable. These elements will be used to display the list of tasks. Const add task input documents get element by ID. This retrieves an element with the ID add and stores it in the task input variable. It represents the input field where new tasks can be added. Here we add const task counter, function add task to do, DOM, function render list also. This function clears the existing task and then renders the list of tasks on the page by calling add task to do to DOM for each task in the task array. Function toggle task. This function toggles the completion status of a task when a checkbox is clicked. It search for the task with the specified task ID in the task array and updates its done property. Then it calls render list to refresh the displayed list. Function delete task. This function removes the task from the task array when the delete button is clicked. It creates a new array without the delete task and updates the task array. It also calls render list to refresh the displayed list. Then we add a function add task. Function show notification. This function displays a simple alert notification with the specified text. Function handle input key press. This function listens for the enter key pressed in the input field when the enter key is pressed, it extracts the text from the input field, creates a new task object with a unique ID, and calls add task to add it to the list. Then we add a function handle click listener. This function listens for clicks on the document. It identifies where a delete button or a checkbox was clicked and calls the appropriate function, delete task or toggle task accordingly. Event listener. The code setup and setup event listeners to handle key press in the input field and clicks on the document. When a user interacts with the input field or the task, the appropriate functions are called to update this list of tasks. So this is overall the script provides the functionality for adding, deleting and marking tasks as complete in the sample to-do list application. Thank you.